Being here. I'm Diane. This is what we're calling boot camp, but we're going to do AMRAP style workout today. So that is as many reps as possible or as many rounds as possible. So if you've joined us before, it's going to be the same format. If this is your first time, it's going to be 4-minute intervals. I'm going to give you 2 exercises for each interval, and I'm going to give you a certain number of reps, and you're going to run through those reps and exercises as many times as you can in the 4-minute interval. Okay, so the beauty of this exercise is that we're going for time and you are going at your own pace. So if I'm going faster or slower, don't worry about it. You just do you. So today I'm going to use 2 small free weights. I have, what do I have here? I have 2 10-pound weights. So if you want to pause the video and go grab some weights, now's a good time. Whatever you have. So you can also change in the middle of the exercise, that's fine too. So if you need weights and you don't have any, you can grab like a gallon jug and fill that up with water, or like a laundry detergent container and fill that up with water. Just get creative. So I also usually have a chair here. Sometimes I'll remember to show you how to modify things if you want to bring it down a notch. A chair is a good way to do that, particularly with plank exercises and things like that. So let's get started with a little bit of a warm-up. So find your space and you're going to come on down, put your hands on top of your feet and just kind of wiggle around there, open up your hips. And then you're going to send your butt up in the air and come back down. So you're trying to keep a flat back. So if you feel like your back starts to round, that's probably the end of your flexibility in your hamstrings, and that's okay. Good, so you should feel that in your hamstrings. We'll just start to pick up the pace a little bit. Start to feel that in your glutes. This really helps me to work out all the pops and cracks for my knees in the morning. And one more. Good, so let's come on up. We'll do a couple body weight squats. So you're gonna sit back. Good, using those arms so it looks like this. Nice, let's go for 3, 2, and 1. And you're going to do some step back lunges, so reverse lunges. Again, using the arms. So you're always pushing up with this front leg, okay? You're not using that back leg to push off the ground. Let's go for 2 on each side. So 1, 2. Good, let's bring it up for a couple jacks. You wanna just work on getting the heart rate up. So you can get creative here and do whatever kind of jumping jacks you want. If you have space, you can come forward and backward. I messed up my jumping jacks. All right, we're gonna go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and back to your reverse lunges. I don't know when you're doing the video, but it's early here. It's like 7:30. And sometimes I don't have my words in the morning. And sometimes I forget how to do a jumping jack. Let's do 1 more on each side. Good, and then back to those body weight squats. Good, squeezing those glutes at the top. Still using the arms. 3, 2, and last one. We're gonna bring it back down to that frog stretch. Finish our warm up. Good, so same thing, keep the back pretty flat. 3, 2, and last one. So shake it out, whatever you need to do. We didn't do very much upper body stuff, so if you need to stretch out the upper body, any last stretches. And we're going to start with our first circuit, again, 4 minutes, 2 exercises. We're going to start with a devil press, and we're going to do alternating side lunges. So a devil press is going to look like this. You're going to come on down, you're going to do a push-up, you're going to come back up, curl, press. So it's like a burpee, except you're going to do a push-up at the bottom, come on up, do a little bicep curl, all the way up to a press. We're only going to do 5 of those because that's a lot of smaller exercises all combined into one. And then we're going to do alternating side lunges. So you're going to start in the middle. You can hold your weights down at your sides, or you can hold them up on your shoulders, and you're going to step out to the side, push off, step out to the side, push off. Okay? And you're going to do 10 on each side. Now a nice alternative, I'll show you the alternative when we do it, if you have any issues. All right, so I'm putting 4 minutes on the clock. You've got 5 devil presses and 20 total alternating lunges, 10 on each side. In 3, 2, 1. Good, so you're gonna come down, do your push-up, jump up, curl, press. And you can do the push-up on your knees. You just come on down, same thing. And again, you're doing them at your own pace. Might be faster, might be slower. And also don't follow my count, because sometimes I lose track as I'm talking to you. Good, so if you're on the alternating lunges, I'm going to show you an alternative. If you have knee issues, sometimes a good alternative is to just kind of stay stationary instead of going from the middle out to the side. That's okay too, you can do them like that. So you're just sitting back far enough that you're loading that glute and then pushing off. And you can have the weight on your shoulders or down at your sides. Keep moving, roll through these reps. Whoop. There's a lot of little moves in this devil press. So if you're doing single side to side, the knee friendly version, I like to do it with one weight and kind of switch. This allows me to sit back a little bit further without having any knee pain, but you do you. Let me give you a time check. All right, you've got about 90 seconds, so you're doing great. Just keep moving. Nice job. You're not swinging those arms. You're not using the weights for momentum. Keeping those elbows pinned to your side. Just like that. Lots of push-ups here. It's a heck of a way to start our workout. Good. So if you're going out to the side, sit back, load that glute. If you're not sure what I mean by load that glute, set your weights down, give your butt cheek a little poke, and you should feel if it's loaded. So if it's flexed, you'll know that you're using the right muscle group. All right, let me give you a time check. Keep moving. Okay, we have just a few seconds. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Finish your rep. Nice work. Awesome. So 1 circuit down. All right, so up next we have single leg deadlifts. I love, love, love these. And bent over rows. So single leg deadlifts, you can either use your weight and lift your leg up. So I'll show you the most advanced version. It's going to be lifting that foot off the ground, coming back up. If you need a little assist, you can just kind of set that foot there for a little balance and go through the same motion. You're not really using that leg for anything. It's more of like a kickstand, okay? And yeah, that would be the easier version, okay? And I like to hold my weight in the hand opposite from the leg that I'm standing on, or you can hold 2 weights, up to you. And then your bent over rows, going to grab both weights and you're gonna bend over, your back is nice and flat, and you're gonna just lift those elbows up, squeeze the shoulder blades together, okay? So we're gonna do 10 single leg deadlifts on each side. It's kind of a lot. And then 10 bent over rows. So let's start the clock in 3, 2, 1. We're gonna start with that single leg deadlift. Good. So you're sending the hips back. And if you're doing this version where your foot is coming up off the ground, I like to lift the foot just a little bit first before tilting forward. And then you want to just try and find a spot on the ground for balance. Just stare at that spot. Good. And you're going to just switch to the other side. Send that heel back. And, you know, you might find that one side is a little bit easier for you than the other. That's normal. Whoop. So if you have a wall near you and you want to just kind of hold on for balance, apparently my right side is my less balanced side, weaker, not sure. Good, so I think it helps too to flex the foot so you're sending the heel back towards that wall behind you. All right, it's a lot of single leg deadlifts. Okay, we're gonna lean over, keep a nice flat back, and squeeze those shoulder blades together. Get the elbow up above the line of the back. Okay. So if you want to lower the number of single leg deadlifts that you're doing so that you can get more rounds in, that's okay too. I'm going to cut down the reps because I want to get back to those bent over rows because I feel like I have things to tell you, pointers to give you. So I'm going to go to 8 here. Setting that heel back first, flex the foot. Good. So I try to give you lots of tips so that if you want, You can just make your own workout and you know how to do the exercise. So you don't need me coaching you through every workout. Not that I'm coaching you through every workout. All right, so we're gonna go to those bent over rows. And instead of looking up, see how my neck is nice and crimped there? You wanna find a space on the floor, keep your eyes directly ahead of you. Back is nice and flat. Think about squeezing like a pencil between your shoulder blades. Good. Let me give you a time check, so keep moving. All right, you have just a few seconds left, like 10. And I hate finishing unbalanced, so I just kind of do 2 reps on each side. All right, that's time. Nice, okay, so 2 rounds down. We've got 3 to go. All right, so you're actually not gonna use your weights on this round. So first it's gonna be lateral knees, lateral high knees, and that's just gonna look like this. All right, so you're using those arms, you're kind of pausing on the side with your knee up, squeeze the core, and I want you to do 10 on each side. So you're gonna do, count to 20. And then round the world. So you're gonna come down to your plank position. We're going to tap our right hand to our left shoulder, left hand to the right shoulder, hand to the opposite knee. And that's 1, okay? So tap, 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 tap. That's 1, and you're gonna do 5. So you're gonna do 20 total lateral high knees, and then 5 around the world. 5 doesn't sound like very many, but I promise it'll feel like enough. All right, so let's put our 4 minutes on the clock. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So got those high knees. I want you to pause. When you pause, you should feel like your core is tight, okay? Using those arms. And again, you can go faster or slower, up to you. It's your workout. Don't forget that pause. Good. All right. At your own count. So tap, 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 tap. Okay, so you're going across the body. Tight core. Reduce any unnecessary wiggling. I think that was 5. Back up for your high knees. Pretend you're in an Under Armour commercial. Use those arms. Try not to lose count while you do it, like I just did. You got it. Good. Let me give you a time check. Keep moving. All right, so you're just under 2 minutes, so a little more than halfway. Whoop, try and keep it steady. Sounds easier than it is. And you're not going for speed here. So if you have to slow it down to stay steady, that's fine. I lost count. Good, whenever you're ready. We're almost there. If you've got a lot of space and you want to go forward and backward, that's up to you. I don't quite have that much space, but that'll add an extra element there. Lost count. So keep it moving. You've got a little over 30 seconds. Fit in what you can. You got it. I think I'm doing an extra one here. Whew. And 3, 2, 1. Let's just stop there. Okay. So I'm going to use my mat here. All right, so we are going to use our weight for one exercise, not the other. If you've joined me before, we're going to do some thrusters. You guys see that? Yeah. All right, so you've got 10 thrusters. And that just means you're going to hold those weights up, come down for your squat, and press. Okay, so you're kind of using that upward momentum to get yourself up into the press. And if you don't want to do that with weights, you don't have to. You're going to do 10 of those. And then we're going to do dead bugs. All right, so you're going to come on down. Hopefully I have enough space here. First, you're going to lift your legs up to a 90-degree angle, and your hands are going to be pointing straight up towards the ceiling. And you're going to go opposite arm, opposite leg. Okay? Now, looks easy. I want you to think about keeping your lower back down to the ground. So don't let your back arch and develop a little space under there. You want to try and keep it glued down. So you're going to tilt your pelvis just a little bit. If you need a slightly less aggressive version, you can keep your head down while you do it. If you want the extra challenge, keep your head up. And you're going to do 10 total, or sorry, 10 on each side, so 20 total. Okay, so 10 squats, thrusters, and then 20 dead bugs. If you need to go slow on your dead bugs, then you can just lower the number of reps and go slower, whatever it takes you to get through them with good form. All right, so 3, 2, 1, 4 minutes on the clock, and you're going at your own pace. So you're gonna get nice and low on the squat, press up. So find that momentum. I don't usually tell you to use momentum, but this is a good opportunity. Okay, so let it carry you through the press. Squeeze those glutes. Sit back. And remember, if you need to not use weights, you can also just use one weight. If you want to hold that dumbbell on both sides and just do it like that, that's good too. So let's come down for our dead bugs. And again, you're going to lift those legs up, arms are up, close that space behind your pelvis. So I really have to like think about this. So this is also a good brain exercise. Takes a little bit of time. I find this one to be hard enough without lifting my head up. The first couple are going to feel easy, but if you're really holding that pelvis, the back of your lower back down to the ground, then this should be pretty challenging, actually. I have no idea where I am in reps because I'm just chattering away. Good, keep that lower back pinned to the floor. If you're doing this correctly, I feel a little bit of a shake at the bottom. Good, so your moves don't have to be fancy to be challenging. We're not doing anything fancy here. I haven't done anything fancy since the pandemic started. So if you need to see, it's going to look like this from the side. So get low. Your legs are just about, your thighs are just about parallel to the floor. And you've got about a minute left. So again, carefully find your dead bug, pin that lower back to the floor, and yes, opposite arm, opposite leg. They go down at the same time. And if that's too much, if that becomes too much, you can just do legs by themselves or just arms by themselves. Good, make sure you're tilting that pelvis just a little bit. Keep breathing. And that's time. Awesome. Okay, so we have one interval left. And I will use my mat here. So we're going to do reverse lunges. Good thing we did those in the warm-up. And then a version of sit-ups, which is going to feel really hard after those dead bugs. So your reverse lunges, you can either hold, oh, sorry, there's a press at the bottom. So what you're going to do is keep your weights, let's keep the weights here actually. And you're going to reverse lunge, come up and press. Reverse lunge, come up and press, okay? So we're going to just do 6 on each side, so 12 total. So you'll have 12 presses, 6 reverse lunges on each side. And then we're going to, I don't have a name for this, but I'll show it to you. So you're going to be down in the sit-up position. Your elbows are on the ground. You're going to come up onto your elbow, press up. So you'll see the other side. Up to the elbow, press up. Okay, so it's not just a sit-up move. You're going to feel this a lot in your shoulders. And gosh, let's just shoot for 6 per side. It looks easy, but it's not. So we'll make it easy. We'll do 6 reverse lunges on each side and then 6 of those punches on each side. So we got 4 minutes in 3, 2, 1. So grab those weights. I'm going to hold them up here at my sides or up at my shoulders. Step back, press at the top. There's a lot of different ways that you could do this. If you wanted to do your press at the bottom, more power to you. And as you get comfortable, you can pick up the pace. Whew. Good. All right, you're gonna come down. You don't have to do this with weights. So you're kind of up on your elbows, got those weights propped up. Come up to one elbow, press. So it's more like a reach across the body and a punch. This has been a very shoulder heavy workout, guys. Always protecting that lower back. So if it starts to bother you, modify however you need to. That might mean dropping your weights. Whew. Okay, nice work. Wow, shoulders are burning, my little shoulder boulders. All right. If you need to take a break with the shoulders, that's okay. You can break down at your sides. I've kind of lost count. We'll call this 6. Let me give you a time check real quick. All right, so you got about 90 seconds left. So you're well over halfway. Up to the elbow and punch. So try to keep your feet connected to the ground. Whew. We're almost there. I've lost count, so I'm going to call that my 12. And probably going to finish up here with the lunges. You're doing great. Stick with it. Again, modify as needed. Better to stay in motion than to just quit. Time check. All right, you've just a few seconds. Actually, it's 3, 2, 1. Time. All right, nice work. Got the sun starting to come up in here. All right, so that ended up being a lot of shoulder work. So let's come on down for a little cool down. You're gonna be hands and knees. So knees are directly under your hips, hands are directly under your shoulders. And we're gonna take a couple deep breaths, cat, cow. So you're gonna arch your back, look up, and then arch your back, look through your knees. Try to open that space between the shoulder blades. Again. And down through the knees, arching even the neck. Let's do one more each direction. Good. All right, you're gonna walk it out to a high plank. Slowly lower yourself down. Hands are under your shoulders. You're going to press up, look up. And just get those hips just like an inch off the mat and squeeze the glutes. You're gonna get a little bit of a hip flexor stretch there. So we're going to send the hips up and back into a downward facing dog. Good, so open those shoulders, pedal your feet. Just let your head hang. Good, and you're gonna walk it forward to that high plank again. Slowly lower down. Again, look up, press up. Feel that hip flexor, feel a little stretch in your abdomen. Did quite a bit of ab stuff today. And this time we're going to send the hips back over the heels, open up your knees a little bit for child's pose, walk your fingers forward, open up your shoulders. Again, I like to kind of, I don't know, lift my hands up, I feel like, and then I put some downward pressure on my elbows. I get a nice stretch in the lats, a little bit in the triceps. Good, let's come on up. Right hand up. Pat yourself on the back. I would give you a high five if we were in person, but we're not. So thanks for joining today, and I hope you have a good day, and hopefully I'll see you here next time. Thank you.